Imagine being part of an epic tale, one that spans the beginning of time to the very end of it. This isn't just any story, but it's actually God's story. And guess what? You're in it. You're a part of it. You're not just a background character. You're a crucial part to its unfolding. And this might sound overwhelming maybe, but it's actually pretty amazing. Your unique story fits into God's great narrative and how you can actually share in part with it with others. So today, in Matthew 28, verses 18 through 20, Jesus gives his followers a mission. You've heard this before, hopefully. Go and make disciples of all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit, and teaching them to obey everything that I've commanded you. Well, this is often called the Great Commission. And it's not just a task for the first disciples, it's actually a calling for all of us, including you and me. Here, Jesus is inviting us into his story, giving us a role to play in that epic narrative that involves every corner of the earth and reaches every heart that is willing to listen. Your life, with its highs and lows, victories and struggles, is a powerful testimony of God's love and his faithfulness. When you share your story, you're echoing the Great Commission. You're actually participating in the spread of that message that has the power to change lives and destinies. Now, I also want to look into the book of Acts, chapter 26, verses 1 through 11. And here Paul is standing before King Agrippa, sharing his own story, how he went from persecuting Christians to becoming one of the most passionate apostles of Jesus. And Paul's story is powerful, not because it's dramatic, though it really is kind of crazy, but because it's a testament to the transformative power that what happens when you encounter Jesus. Your story might not involve a blinding light on a road while traveling, but it has something just as powerful: your personal encounter with God's grace. Paul frames his story with who he was, what his values were, what some of his actions were like, and where he was spiritually. This is all part of his before. So how do you share your story within God's narrative and start to identify that? Well, one key part is to start with a better understanding of your own before. Here are some questions that I wanted to share with you. It's part of a mountains and valleys exercise, and I hope that it can help you flesh out more of your story. So ask yourself this and then maybe write down what comes to mind. First, what happened? What happened to you? Name it. What do you feel? Embrace it. How did you respond so you can own it? And then how did this shape you to help give you a better understanding of what happened? Remember, God's story doesn't need us to be perfect or have it all figured out. It needs us to be willing to share, to love, and to be part of this incredible journey. Your story, with all its uniqueness, is a chapter in God's ongoing epic narrative. So, take a step of faith. Share your story. You never know how your chapter, your story, might inspire someone else to turn a new page in their life, to understand what God's doing and discover their place in God's own story.